Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Rican. Don't forget to grab your Rican everyday earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit RayconGlobal.com. That's RayconGlobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing. Brand new show today, man. We got a Puerto Rican and one of the craziest dudes I ever seen on YouTube. Some call him crazy. We call him Prize. What's going on, Prize? What's going on, Crush? How y'all doing?
What's popping, fellas? Good show. Good show, by the way.
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, man? It's y'all first show, man. I'm excited to be here with y'all, man. I know y'all gonna come up with a heck of a cook each time you guys come on, so I'm excited, and I'm gonna make sure people be coming through to check out everything that STN got going on. So salute to y'all, man. It's y'all show. Y'all started off, do what y'all gotta do, and we're gonna be respectful until y'all ask for us to speak.
Yeah.
All right. What we got on the itinerary today, Prize?
Yeah, I got the first thing I got I wanted to jump into real quick was the Keyshawn. How you feel about the Keyshawn and Edwin De Los Santos fight being talked about? Hopefully the fight happens, but if it does happen, how do you feel about that? I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, if we talking about some of the exciting fights in the sport, I think that's exciting. I mean, both dudes have powers. I just feel like the year off for Edwin could hurt him eventually, I think, in that fight. Because, Keyshawn's been active, and Keyshawn's, every single time he's going in there, he's looking like a killer. So it's an interesting fight, and it's definitely, how do you say, a crossroads fight for both of them. Because if Keyshawn beats him and beats him convincingly, now they're comparing that to the Shakur fight. And, that could be a lane of possibilities for fights for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with the fight, but I'm with you. The layoff for De Los Santos might not be that good. Keyshawn been active, but De Los Santos ain't fought since Shakur, bro. And I wish I had Free up here, Free real good with and accurate with them, with that stuff. But it's been a minute since we seen Edwin De Los Santos, and I think you jumping in there with a young guy that's active. I think he gonna beat him up. I think Keyshawn Davis will whip him, especially with that layoff. De Los Santos, he didn't do nothing in the Shakur fight. To his best thing was what he knocked Ryo out. That was cool.
Yeah, he knocked Ryo out.
How long ago was that though, Juan? That was a minute ago. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's been now. I believe it's 3 years now. I believe since
that
fight.
I don't care about none of that. His last fight, he kept his hands in his pocket. He ain't do nothing. So I don't. What I expect him to do with this layoff? Keep his hands in his pocket. He gonna get. I think Keyshawn destroys him. I think he beats him up and makes an example out of Edwin De Los Santos, and people gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Now that's a fact. I feel like when we talk about Keyshawn's one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. especially with the way that he fights, because he's not really like try to avoid the fight. He's trying to sit there and bang with you a little bit, but being defensively smart at the same time. So I think him working with Bud and Bomac and all of them up there, that's just making his craft a lot better. Again, like I said, like if he knocks out Edwin, they're gonna start looking at Shakur in a different light. Like, yo,
Hmm.
what's going on?
Hmm. I agree 100%. And Keyshawn has a chance to go and do that because I feel
Yeah,
like we talk about it on various shows up here. Like we was on Brother CDK show, and we was talking about fighters with their layoffs, and I just don't think it's a good idea to take layoffs like that. I feel like you should try to stay active. Like where the era I come from, them boys fight. I don't even want to get into that, but they fight a lot. These
yeah,
new cats, they want to fight one, two. If you fight 3 times a year, you the man.
yeah. And that's a fact. That's a
You
fact.
know,
But you know what it is? It's honestly they're trying to make the most money with each fight, and is I
I just
get
think
it. You know what I'm saying? I
I just
definitely
think
get it, but it's not the formula for everybody.
yeah. I definitely don't think it's the formula for De Los Santos because he already kept his hands in his pocket with Shakur. He didn't cut the ring off. He didn't do anything.
Yeah,
And he didn't do nothing. So what
yeah,
makes you think he gonna go in there and Keyshawn? I believe Keyshawn hit harder than Shakur. He go in there and get cracked upside the head with a right hand by Keyshawn. Man, he might keep his hands in his pocket, and be running all around the ring, man. But I
yeah,
like De Los Santos. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that your next fight should be Keyshawn Davis. That's just me. But if he goes in there and do it, of course I want to see the fight. But I think Keyshawn walked the dog with Edwin De Los Santos. That's me.
yeah. I mean, that's on you. What's the next to what we got next on over here?
Yeah, I got Tank and Roach too. Is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? We heard rumors that if Lamont is not compensated, he's willing to verbally willing to fight Shakur. So I believe that Lamont should be compensated, and we should get the rematch. I don't know how you feel, but that's how I feel.
My fault. I was Yeah, I seen that earlier. I didn't get the chance to read about it and anything like that, but I don't know how much he made the first fight. I mean, again, that I'm not counting nobody pockets because that's not my business. But again, if he feels that type of way, then okay, great. But just know that if you gonna walk away from that Tank fight, you definitely not making as much as you did this last fight with a Shakur fight. That's blasphemy. That's not even gonna happen.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know what's what. If it does happen, I'm proud. I'm happy for him because again, we talked about it on the show before. Like he deserves it. Like out of everybody that in this fight game, that family especially deserves it. Um, it's just I just feel like if he does walk away from it, again, he's not gonna make as much money. But again, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think it'd be whack if it didn't happen. I don't want to
Now
see them. I don't want to see
that's a
him walk away though. Well, I don't. I hear what you're saying, but I don't want to see him walk away from that fight. I want to see him get his get back. You know what I'm saying? And but on the flip side of things, I do want to see Lamont compensated. Like he fought Tank better than anybody, and most people thought he win. It was a controversy. We had a knockdown where a referee started to count, then it wasn't a count. Like we rarely see that, if ever. So I
yeah,
want to see the rematch. You know what I'm saying? I want to see the rematch. But if I'm Lamont, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And you're right. He's not gonna make nowhere near much money as he would fighting Tank if he go and fight Shakur. But imagine if he go in there and beat Shakur. You know what I'm saying? His
yeah.
next payday. So boxing, you got to take risks, man. You know what I'm saying? We seen
That's a
Devin
fact.
Haney take risks. We seen Floyd take risks. We seen Tank take risks. We seen people take risks. So I need to see if he's going to take that risk. If he doesn't fight Tank, man, hell, Shakur ain't a bad replacement, bro.
Yeah, that's definitely not a bad replacement. I think if he does, and I'm gonna be honest with you and realistic. Um, if he doesn't fight Tank next, do I think he's fighting Shakur? No, I don't think that fight happens either because of the weird way that promotions work. But in a way, I could definitely see him going back down to 30 and fighting Oshaki, because he has a belt down there also. So that's a fight and a possibility. I see the other dude too, who's at 130. The Mexican cat, what's his name? Navarrete, I think it is. So I don't see that he doesn't have fights. I think he does have fights. I just think the money that he wants to make, if he walks away from the Tank fight again, is not going to be concentrated for that. He's not going to be paid as well for that.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. He definitely not gonna get paid the way he would fight in Tank. But I mean, man, Lamont is in the best position. Like I said, he's in the position that you want to be in, bro. He don't got
He
nothing to
definitely will.
lose. You know what I'm saying? Why he don't got nothing to lose, dog? Like he still got his WBA at 30. You know what I'm saying? He's in a position to where he can demand more money for a Tank fight, and Tank should give it to him. Cause you now Tank, you got something to prove. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You gotta prove. Lamont don't got nothing to prove, bro. You know what I'm
that's a fact.
saying?
And the scary thing about it is too is that he looked like, the pause, but he looked bigger than Tank at that fight. And then people forget that it's like, yo, he fought at 40 for like a grip. Like it wasn't like
Mhm.
he wasn't fighting at 40. It was like he was
He looked
fighting
like
at
a
40.
40-pounder.
And it was like, yo, he was fighting at 40 for a grip before he went down to 30, because I think it was because, everybody else at 40 was bigger than him. It was like, all right, damn. So at this point, I just gotta go down an extra 2 weight classes. But
Mhm.
again, hopefully they do. Hopefully, I'm hoping they do. And if not, if he gets the Shakur fight, hey man, great for him too. That's great money also, but it's not
Yeah.
as much as that Tank fight.
No, nothing gonna demand more money than Tank because Tank is the money man. Him and Canelo, them the money men. When you fight, I mean, there's rumors of Tank and Lamont doing 200 something thousand buys, 250. I see all kind of reports. You know what I'm saying? And I believe it because Tank was out of the ring for a little bit and people wanted to see him. You know what I'm saying? Now he's in a situation to where you got this Jake Paul crap come up where Tank, allegedly was supposed to want to be WWF and all that. But I don't want to see nothing like that because that'll just mess up Tank. That'll just mess
Nah,
his name up. But he needs to focus on the fighters. You know what I'm saying? So like he needs to go ahead and compensate Lamont Rose because now you have a challenger that we said that you didn't have. Now we seen a guy just fight a draw with you. Most people say he won that. So it's only right to compensate the man, bro. I don't know the numbers and I don't care about the numbers, but if it was like 70-30 last time, you need to go ahead and do the 60-40. He's still the A side. That's cool, but just give him a little bit more, give him a raise. You know what I'm saying? Because he gonna come, he gonna come to fight. And now, us the fans, we want to see it now. We all want to know, can Lamont, duplicate what he did and possibly win, or is Tank gonna sleep to do like we all picked him to do in the first fight? So that's what I want to see. I don't, but if he don't want to compensate the man, Tank gonna look crazy though. They're gonna be like, damn, why you ain't just get a man a little 40% or whatever? I'm making up numbers. If it's 60-40, fine. Why you ain't give him go ahead and give him the 40%, 45%, whatever it is. Run it back, show everybody that you had an off night. If not, and Lamont say, you know what? I'll take less money. It's cool. I'm gonna show y'all that how really this wasn't a fluke. And he go in there and beat Shakur. Shakur with his injuries and stuff, dog. Like, I don't think he can beat Shakur. I'm just saying Lamont is in a good position to get paid either way.
yeah, nah, you fat. You're right. What you think about this?
Say it again.
Nah, I'm talking to Crush. I was like, what he think about this?
Nah, Crush up here chilling. Nah,
Real
we
real
good,
quick,
Crush.
real quick. First of all, I got to correct both of you guys real quick. He
Mm,
fought at he fought at 135, not 140. Lamont Rose said he fought at 35. He had like uh 13 more. He fought like 13 fights at 135, and then he went back
mm,
to 130.
Okay.
Now with the other thing, prize, Lamont Rose do have something to prove. He
mm-hmm.
do, because
Yeah.
it's in the
I say he
NBA.
don't have nothing to lose.
No, he don't have nothing to lose, but he does
Yeah, for
have,
sure. 100%.
because it came out inconclusive. It was a draw, but the thing about real quick, the thing about the money thing, this is where I don't get into that. I let them talk about that. You know what I mean? But I think where tanking them is coming from, hey bro, listen, don't get over your head. Most likely that's what's going on. It's a draw. We might give you a little more, but we ain't gonna give you extra like you want because it's a draw. I get that. And then I can get their side too. But either way, they're gonna have to come to an agreement because we gotta see who is really the winner out of this fight during the rematch. So let them handle that. And that's all I got. Y'all doing a great job, man. And I'm going to sit back in the cut, man. Smash the like button for my bros. This is their first show, and they cooking. Great job, y'all. I'm going to go back in the cut.
Yeah, I don't care about the money stuff either, but we have to talk about what could possibly stop the fight, and that would stop the fight if
You know what would be dope though, low key, like really dope, and it should have been at the first fight if they held the fight in DC. Like if they held the fight in DC, I felt like that would have been so much better for them. Like because it's like
well, they did good
now,
though with the gate
yeah,
though. Think
no, they
about the
definitely
gate.
did. Yeah, they definitely did great with the gate, but I felt like there at that point now you have like a storyline, like yo, Baltimore and DC, like everybody knows about that. Like you know what I'm saying, like everybody like and it don't matter what sport it is like in every sport y'all have a rivalry there like it's crazy to think about it and it's like Boston and New York like you know what I'm saying like when somebody from Boston and somebody from New York they talking their sports or whatever the case may be there's a rivalry to it you know what I'm saying so like even for
Yeah.
them to have that rivalry and be like yo all right let's take it to DC then and we're gonna handle it then again, if it can happen in DC and then they can get that money right, whatever the case may be, the case may be. But again, like I
Hmm.
said, can't count nobody's pockets until you know what I'm saying. If they figure out their situation. Again, I wish the fights can happen, but if it doesn't, hey, look,
I'm
it
with
happens. It's
brothers.
boxing.
And shout out to brother Shelton in the chat. I'm with you. They better pay that man. It's only right, bro. It's just only right, bro. And I don't want to, stay too long on this same topic. We got some other topics, but I don't. They better pay that man like brother Shelton said, bro. They better pay that man. And I feel like because we feel like we got a fight that Tank can possibly lose. So it's only right that we're not saying I'm not saying pay that man, and I hope Lamont don't try to outbid himself or should I say outprice himself. But I do think he should. I think he deserves a raise. He did a good job on his job. Like if you a construction contractor and you build a building or a stadium and you do a fantastic job, your next job you're gonna want to be compensated a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, bro. So I feel like he should be compensated a little bit more, some more. If it was like I said, if I make up a number, let's say it was 70 for Tank and 30 for Lamont, and then it might should be 60-40 next time go around. I'm not saying he make more than Tank or 50-50, but you know what I'm saying, just compensate him a little bit more. But I got stack program. Is it how you feel about that? Do you feel like that's cheating because of the ball? Like I don't know about the snack. I really don't really care about it too much.
The
That's
snack
what.
program, that's that Victor Conte John, right?
Yeah, it's Victor Conte. So like we all know his background. If you hardcore fans, y'all with us, y'all know the background. We don't need to go down that alley. But how do you feel about that snack program? I feel like I don't care about it. If they not, this is how I feel for real. If they not popping dirty, then I don't care about it.
Yeah,
And that's
honestly,
the end of it.
I feel the same way. Tell you the truth, if you're dirty because you can't pass it. But again, there is ways to pass it, and you can be dirty in the sport, and you can pass it being dirty. It's not impossible. It's not how you say it? It's not out of the realm of doing it. But again, if you not dirty and you fine, and that program is going through it fine, and they're doing the right things, then I'd say, hey, by all means, if you feel like you become better like that, that's on you.
Hey, salute, real quick, man. Shout out to the
My brother
first
Dub.
Shout out to the first prize and just as one show, man.
Yeah.
Much love. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna pull up. I was getting prepared, doing what I do. And I said, damn it, this is the first show. So excuse my language, I apologize.
You good.
But I said I gotta pull up and show love, man. I gotta come chop it up with y'all, brother, for a quick second.
I
Go ahead.
appreciate you, Dub. I've been rocking with you for a hot minute.
Hey, you know
You
what
know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? I've been rocking with you
Appreciate
for
you, big dog.
yeah, we really do. And the show's gonna get better and better. We promise you. You You know what I'm saying? And we don't. I don't mind. I know brother Juan probably don't. I'll speak for myself though. I don't mind if the rest of my brothers pull up. Dub, you know who y'all are. Free, BVO, Crush, whoever. You know what I'm saying? Y'all family. We like the Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying? It might say Ghostface album, but Raekwon might have a song by itself on there.
Right.
Type,
Exactly.
you know what I'm
Nah,
Exactly.
saying?
that's
Right.
It's
that's
all
a fact.
good. You
That's a
know what I'm
fact. You know what I'm
saying?
saying? If we all can be up here together and just do our thing, we can do
But
our thing just in a
since I got
respectful
you up
manner.
here, brother Dub, how do you feel about the snack program? You know,
So
what do you feel about that?
my whole thing with the SNAP program, first off, I think Victor Conte, and I ain't gonna lie to you, one of my favorite segments I've ever heard from Stephen A. Smith. And I ain't no huge fan, but this was, I mean, I remember when the Balco days when all that was going on, and when he talked about Victor Conte being someone who can create concoctions, right, to circumvent. I don't like that, but at the same time, that man, he served his time, and I always say, hey, everybody deserves a second chance. So I don't know if he's cheating. I can't say that because it's not like his fighters are popping dirty. And we are seeing fighters pop dirty right now. We are seeing multiple fighters pop. So I can't say that the man is cheating. And the quote unquote supplements that he's supposedly giving to the snack fighters. If you go to the snack website, you can buy those same supposed supplements that he's giving his team. So I don't know, but my thing is hey man, the man did his time. So hey, everybody deserves a second chance. Maybe he is doing better. My thing is everybody should be tested in the sport the same way. It should be year-round testing. I know they always say it's expensive, these type of things. Man, I cut each promoter a little deal. You know what I'm saying? And say, all right, this is what it's gonna cost. Hey, it's $2,000 per fighter or something like that. We testing year round, and I think that'll be better for the sport. But at the end of the day, I can't say that the man is cheating just because I don't know what's in those supplements, and I don't have the knowledge to say exactly what he could be doing to cheat. I can't say any of that.
Yeah, I'm not
Real,
a
real quick,
chemist. Go ahead,
real
Juan.
quick question. So, who's his fighters? Because I, from what I remember, it was Devin, but I don't even think Devin's
Well, you
messing with
saw
him like that.
Bud with him. We saw
Well,
Bud. Go ahead,
but
Doug.
Devin, Bud,
Yeah, it's a
Boo
couple
Boo
more.
done been over there.
Yeah.
There's a ton of fighters working with the snack program. A ton.
Okay, okay.
I'll pull up the roster if you give me 1 second. I'll see if I can pull the roster up. But yeah, if you see him with and my thing is even when they talk about Devin on it, y'all know I'm a Devin fan anyway, but when they talk about Devin being on it, well, when Boo Boo got knocked out by David Benavidez and got hands put on him, nobody didn't complain then. What we complaining now for? That's my
This,
only
Hey,
thing.
Dub, here you go,
this the
Dub. Check this out. Terrence Crawford, Devin Haney, Clarissa Shields, Nayu Inoue, Alexander Usyk, Canelo Alvarez, Dimitri Bivol,
See,
Earl Spence, Gervonta Davis, Caleb Plant, Demetrius Andrade, Danny Jacobs, Sean Porter, and Mikey Garcia. That's the list they pop up with.
and
okay.
not to forget, Nonito Donaire was the first person that worked with Victor Conte at
Yeah.
Smith, you know, and I'm
So
a
if everybody's doing it, then is what it looks like. That's to sound like all the best fighters to me. That sounds like a
Yeah,
pound for pound list
because
to me.
you gotta remember when there was a dude, a Spanish dude that worked with Freddie Roach, and then he did it with Freddie Roach for a couple of years, and he ended up getting it was dirty. I think it was Angel Herrera or something like that. That was his name. He was dirty. A whole bunch of his fighters were dirty, and at the time,
but even
and they
go ahead, Juan.
they all popped dirty, and they were all suspended for like years. I think I
But when that
believe
happened, Victor Conte came out specifically and said, no, they didn't pop because of what I was giving them. He defended himself and said,
Yeah.
it was what they were doing on their own. And
yeah.
if you think I'm wrong, look at all my other fighters. They're not popping dirty. They pop for a different reason, according to Victor Conte, respectfully.
But what it
I
looks
mean,
like, Dub, it looks like you can go right on the website and purchase this stuff.
Yo,
That's what I'm telling you.
Sean is too
You're
funny,
not
bro.
gonna be able, and shout out to my brother D Free, you're not gonna be able to buy illegal PEDs online. I mean, I don't know what you can do online, and I ain't gonna say that, but y'all know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if they not popping dirty with that, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't really care too much about it until some of those names that I just named start popping up all crazy with the Clarissa Shields and the all those people I named and who Canelo, Demetrius Andre, everybody just named. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Canelo did, but y'all know what I
But
mean.
Canelo popped. He popped for a different reason.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
when they saying Clarissa Shields, she popped for marijuana. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
all I'm saying
It's
is the
not like
supplement that
Canelo. He did clenbuterol, gang. That ain't snack.
right. And all I'm saying is as far as snack goes, we haven't really seen snack fighters pop like that or anything like that. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Canelo
But
ate a hamburger, man. Hold on. Canelo ate a hamburger, man. I don't know about
Here
you
he
talking about
come.
Pop
Here
Dirty.
he come messing
I'm
up the.
gone.
Here he come with the bull with the.
hey,
Hey, where my brother Crush at to get? Yeah, he got to get him out of here.
hey,
'Cause
look,
I was
but
about to get Crush on him real quick. I
I
was about to
will
get.
say this though.
That's why Crush is sitting up here waiting for some nonsense to go down, and he gonna come like a sniper. And I promise you.
But even in Canelo, I ain't here to defend. I ain't here to defend nobody. But even in Canelo defense, in that situation, the whole soccer team, or at least I think 8 members of the soccer team, popped dirty as well because there was contaminated meat.
Man,
So
I ain't trying to hear
I
that.
don't
But I
know. I
think
don't know.
when Victor Conte went to jail, when was it? What year was that he went to jail?
Oh man, that was like 2005, maybe, or probably it was before that. I mean, after that, probably like
Wasn't
2007.
he working? Wasn't he working with like Jose Canseco and all of them?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was
yeah.
the
Also,
Balco scheme. Balco.
that was the reason why. Because
Yeah.
that's the only reason why he went to jail. Because if even if it was the case,
Well,
he went to jail and then none of the fighters were popping dirty. Because imagine that. Now you gotta really sit there and think about it. None of the fighters were popping dirty. And then Jose Canseco and whoever the hell, sorry for the cussing, but whoever in the world else, because I'm pretty sure it was Mark McGuire and all the rest of them, that popped dirty. They was doing something on their own time. Because the doctor that went to jail after the fact, then when Alex started snitching, he was like, yeah, no, they were all working with Victor Conte, and then they all came to me, and they all popped dirty. Literally, he said it in his book.
go ahead.
Literally said it in his book. That's all he said.
But Victor Conte admitted that he was distributing the steroids and those type of things. He admitted it.
Yeah.
And so all these guys, Canseco, Roger Clemens, he got up there. He couldn't remember. He couldn't remember nothing. I remember Sammy Sosa. The man forgot how to speak English.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was
First
just about to say that.
First of all, if you knew Roger Clemens the way that people knew, like Roger Clemens stayed the same size for like 20 years straight, that was not normal. So that you
I
shrink
don't
over
care what
time.
nobody say, Juan, and I don't want to jump ship or AKA change subjects, but that steroid era of baseball was the best baseball that I have ever witnessed. When
That's a
Bonds
fact.
and them was hitting
Hey,
that,
look,
they was hitting
Barry
them Jones
Bonds.
in the water, bro.
What Barry Bonds hit 78 1 year or something crazy. You're
Mark
like,
McGuire,
wait.
them boy, the home run derby, everything about that whole era was just lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Shelton, but Roy Jones Jr. got I think it was acquitted from that.
yeah, they was on that. The Shane was Shane. Cause I remember Floyd was like, Shane did steroids, I didn't. Remember when they was about to fight when Shane and Floyd Floyd was trolling Shane hard, but yeah, they was on the list. You right. I mean, Tony, I felt like Tony, I don't know, man. I hate to take that win against Ruiz from him, but he popped dirty.
Yeah, man, it happens. All right, man. So what's next
Yeah,
on the list?
we got Ryan and Rolly. You know, Rolly is I can't remember if Crush or Free said that he's the worst champion of all time. Or
Yeah,
CDK,
that's wild work.
one of
Because
the brothers say he's the worst champion of all. So I mean, but this how I'm gonna look at it. There's a video of Rolly really beating Ryan up in the spar, and I know y'all don't care about sparring, and I don't either. But he did crack Ryan, and I just hope Rolly. And I don't like Rolly either. I think he can't. He has limited skills, But man, would it be nice to see Rolly knock Ryan out, boy? I really would
Yeah.
like that.
What's going on,
yo,
fellas?
yo,
He's
Shelton is
freezing.
a savage, bro. He's
Now,
a bum one, bum two.
I agree with you, Prize. The only problem is that's when Ryan was like
So,
17 years old. He was a small, frail individual. Now Ryan is what, 26, 27 years old. He's the bigger fighter. So Rolly gonna probably walk into something. Probably gonna
yeah,
I
walk
don't.
into something.
To tell you
yeah.
the truth, I'm gonna call it right now. I don't see this fight going past 5.
But
I don't see.
but keep it a bean though, one. Don't you low key want to? Don't you want to see this fight low key though? Like, don't you
Nah,
want to know what that?
nah.
What?
Low key, remember when I think it was that Sunday that we all did that live, and I said it. I was like, "Yo, I wish that that event wasn't private because I would have gotten tickets just to go see
Yeah,
that."
yeah.
Oh,
You
and
definitely
that's
you definitely said that. Go ahead.
that's another thing too about this card that also made me not like it anymore, because at first I thought the fans was getting a treat. It was going to be
Mhm.
open to the public. Then they said it was a private event.
Yeah, they changed
Now
it.
they saying it's pay-per-view. I'm
Mm.
like, oh no, no, I don't know if I
You,
want to pay for this.
So what pay per
you
view?
know,
The zone pay per view?
yeah. You know
Yes,
why is
it's
it?
the
You know why
zone
they
Wow.
doing that?
pay-per-view.
Because you know why they doing that is because of the Cinco de Mayo weekend. So because I just had peeped it like the other day. That fight's on a Friday. Then the following night, that's the William Skull fight with Canelo, and then I believe the night after is when I think Inoue fights. I
Mm.
think it is. I don't even. I'm not even sure, but I gotta relook at that. But it's like a
But
whole like
the
weekend
whole
of
thing is
fights.
you want the fans to pay for what, two pay-per-views we know for sure back to back. They
Yeah,
ain't
nah,
paying for no two.
Well, the
I'm tripping.
PBC
I'm
did that a
tripping.
couple of times. You know, sometimes we get our boxing schedule, and it's like boom, bam. You like, dang, this
No, they
you counting the
PBC
money?
do it. PBC do it month to month. They don't do it 2 nights in a row.
Yeah,
They they did it. They did it. They did it
that's
once. Nah, they did it once where it was like twice in a month. I forgot
Yeah,
who
I
it
mean
was. The day.
it might be twice in a month, but you talking about 2 nights in a row.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
back
You're
to
Saturday
right,
back is
and
crazy.
Sunday.
brother Sheldon. You're
Oh,
100%
Friday. I'm
right. I
sorry,
will buy it.
Friday and Saturday. That's 2 nights back to back. Ain't nobody.
Shoot.
I mean, unless both of those pay-per-view combined is $25, I'm not paying for no pay-per-view 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, that's a fact. No, that's a fact. That's
That's tough.
definitely a fact.
He said,
I mean, I'm
brother
gonna
Sheldon
buy it.
said, he said they're gonna cost you $25. Like, and shout out brother Sheldon, but I mean. I'm with you, Free. They better not come up with no $50, $60 back to back. They better go ahead and kick rocks with that for
I'm gonna
sure.
buy it. Listen, I'm gonna buy it.
That's
All right, I'm
crazy.
only gonna buy it because I want to see. That's the only reason why.
Well, first off, your mic out of order. On your own show, your mic out of order on your own show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Crush. We can't hear you, Crush.
No,
Nah,
that was
Crush.
Crush.
Nah, that wasn't Crush. That was me.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was Crush. My bad.
You out of order.
Yeah. Shout out TD Sports, my guy.
TD Sports.
But
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
I guess Shelton must be talking to Prize, because I don't drink beer or smoke, so he can't be talking to
well,
me.
Sheldon, I do both, and you definitely talking about me. And
I
you're
drink
right,
liquor.
and
I don't smoke weed.
that's why I said I would buy. I'm going to buy the fight. So when you put that in the chat, I was like, yeah, I'm going to definitely.
Now, well, I'll be honest with you. I don't really care to see the Canelo fight, so I probably would buy this one on Friday, because I don't really care to see the Canelo fight. He's fighting William
William
Skull.
Skull. What if
Yeah, he's
Skull
fighting
beat
William.
him and then we don't get the Terrence Crawford and Canelo fight? What happens if
It's
Nah,
Skull?
not gonna be
nah,
William.
William
that
Skull
I
fight's
not
know,
gonna
I
happen.
know, I know, Dub. But but we thought that Tank was going to destroy Lamont, and look what happened. So what?
No,
You
but
know?
the difference between the two is Lamont Roach is a better fighter than William Skull. That's the
Yeah.
difference in the
Hold on,
two.
William Skull can box though. William Skull is a good boxer. I don't know if y'all
So,
done watched them fight.
Listen,
I
listen,
watched
I seen
and
him
William Skull
fight.
fight.
He
I
ain't
seen him
fought
fight
nobody.
once, Dub.
Dog, I watched William Skull fight because I believe it was me and Marky Dan was the only one that was sitting up here talking about Canelo need to go fight William Skull. I believe that was me and Marky Dan.
I said this 2 years ago.
No, you didn't say it 3 years ago because William Skull wasn't in contention.
No, I
to fight
said
3
two.
years
I said two, and the real reason, I'll be quite honest, the real reason, like, you know, hey, shout out to my brother L Dub. Me and him, we were having a conversation, and this was before Devin got the fight with Cambosis, I believe, and he said, all right, they're gonna be mad. Watch, I'm telling you now, they're gonna be mad when Canelo end up fighting William Skull. They're gonna be mad about that. And so I started talking about it.
I mean, in a hypothetical world, if he beats him, let's say in a hypothetical world, if he beats him and somehow, some way, William Skull beats him, right? That fight with Terrence Crawford is still gonna happen. It don't matter. That man's fan base is crazy. Like it don't matter.
I'm gonna say it now on the first episode of Prize and Juan's show. Canelo Alvarez will get his first knockout in about 3 years. He'll get his first knockout in about 3 years.
He'll definitely stop him. He'll definitely stop him.
I don't know. I mean, okay, that's cool. He didn't stop Munguia, and he didn't stop
honestly, you know what though? I think he took it easy on Munguia. Nah, he took it easy. On Munguia, he definitely took it easy.
John Ryder.
Huh?
He didn't stop John Ryder.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So, who's to say he's gonna go stop Skull? We don't know what this man gonna do. We got. I said that. Hey, Juan, I said that at the beginning of the year. No, that's cool. That's cool.
I want to give y'all a grand show and make my prediction on y'all.
Nah, that's cool. Hey, I have no problem with that.
But you gotta remember. Remember when Benavidez and Morrell fought? We always saying it. Yo, that experience. That's a little different. I think because, you know, Morrell, you know, had that, you know, that go, and they were both hyped up to fight each other. That was the only reason why he didn't get knocked out too. But Canelo, he lets you get hurt. If you get hurt, bro, he's gonna get you out of there. He's not gonna like try to play with you. I mean, that's a different, you know, animal and the beast at its own. But Munguia, I think he liked Munguia enough not to try to, like, you know, derail his career. And then Berlanga just showed up to fight that night. But John Ryder, if you've never seen John Ryder fight before that fight, John Ryder fights for real, and that's the way he fights all the time. So it's not like he was fighting scrubs. Like, John Ryder really is coming forward all the time, and he's not going. There's no quitting that man. So it's like those three fighters that you just named out. One dude, he got saved because, you know, Canelo kind of liked them. John Ryder just showed so much hurt, and then Berlanga just showed up to fight that night. So it's like those are three dudes that fight completely in a different style than William Skull. I've seen William Skull fight. William Skull, he's a mover. He's gonna move around for a little bit.
Got that Cuban thing going on.
He's gonna get knocked out. It's not gonna last long.
And he's 23-0. He's 23-0 with 9 knockouts, and he's 5'11", and he gonna come with that Cuban. He gonna move a little bit. Yeah, so it's gonna be.
He gonna box. But he gonna get tired because he's gonna have to move, overly move at that point. Now he's gonna start having look.
It's gonna look just like Caleb Plant fight. That's what it's gonna look like.
Thank you.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So he's not black. He's Spanish.
Cuban. He's Cuban.
He's Spanish. So what you talking about? He ain't black.
He's Cuban.
All I'm saying is that Cuban style. He gonna have to utilize it, and he's gonna utilize his size, his reach, his length. He better come in there in A1 shape to even have to win that fight.
Yeah, because even the fight that he won the title, I think it was, he looked good. Like, it looked good, but it wasn't like I was like, yo, I was like blown away from the performance. It wasn't that.
But
he's okay.
But once
he got
again,
kind of a padded record too.
But once again, though, I just gotta say it. They're gonna be passing them manila envelopes out. So he ain't gonna stop Canelo. So I don't see the man having a chance to win the fight because them manila folders gonna hit the judge is gonna be taking them left and right.
Oh my God! Hey, look, hey, Doug, them folders gonna be on deck, and you know what? Skull better box like he better do some Floyd Mayweather box. I mean, he has to box
He got to
a
look like
perfect.
Bivol out there. He got to look
Bro,
like
he has to
Bivol.
exactly. He has to box a perfect fight where he don't take no risks. If Canelo try to lure you in, you got to let your hands go. When Canelo like to lay on the ropes and bait and like bait you in, you got to let your hands go like Bevo did, like Floyd did. You got to let your hands go and then get up out of there.
But you
You know
got to
what I
stay in
mean?
range. You got to stay in
Yeah,
range.
but he is 5'11", you know.
I think
So
he got
he
like
is
a
a
70. I think he got like a 74-inch reach.
yeah. He's 32 years old. I mean, he's 23 and 0. I mean, we'll see.
He's supposedly 32. Respectfully, he's
Okay,
supposedly
respect.
32.
Hey, sometimes you know, shout out to
That
the
man is
Cubans.
42. That man's
Shout out to the
42.
Cubans.
Yeah,
They be
hey,
they be fighting in dog years or whatever. But
they told me that Ortiz was 40. I
yeah,
knew that man was all of 57. All
yeah,
of
that's
it.
crazy. That's crazy work. Crazy
He's
work.
all 64. He was
I
all
liked
64.
I liked Ortiz, but I mean, if William Skull can come in here and upset the apple cart, man, what does that do for Terrence Crawford? That's why I'm on. Like I rooted for Canelo. I ain't gonna act like I never root for Canelo. But what I don't want William Skull to win this fight because I don't want to see the Terrence Crawford fight, but I want Terrence Crawford to get generational wealth. While he's, I think I heard it on CDK that he was getting up towards a 50 million or something like that, and I want him and them and his family to get that. His daughter is running track. I want her to be a great track athlete. I just want the best for Terrence Crawford. So I do want the fight happen, but I don't want the fight to happen because I think a welterweight fighting a super middleweight is crazy. But you can call him a junior middleweight if you want. He's really a welterweight, but I mean, William Skull he don't got no knockouts, bro. He doesn't really oppose any threat to knock out Canelo. But can he use the Cuban style and box and move like Dub said? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, if he does beat him, I don't think it does anything to that fight. Again, it's just
So you
more.
think Canelo don't rematch that fight and then go straight into the Terrence Crawford fight after getting
I mean,
smoked
you're
out?
obviously you're gonna get a rematch. That's not even. I think in
All
like
right, so
every
then now you got
clause.
to rematch it now, Juan. Right? You just said they rematch it. Now what happens with Bud? He's got to take a fight, and people gonna
I
say,
mean,
well, if you fight
I mean,
Canelo, you should fight a middleweight or something
I
crazy.
mean, I mean, me personally, I think me and D3 said it. He needs a tune-up fight. I don't feel comfortable with him just going, all right, 54, and let me go to 68 and just fight. That's not. I don't even think that's a smart move. I know for sure that Bomac knows that's not a smart move. Even if they think, yo, he can beat him, and then I know in they back of their heads, they're like, all right, well, if he catches you and he puts you out or something, that's on you. But I feel like he shouldn't even go into that fight without having at least one tune-up fight. It don't matter who it is.
Yeah,
It should just matter on who get yourself acclimated to the weight. So then at least when you're in the Canelo fight, now it's more of a little bit of level playing field, not a completely level playing field, but at least you know where that weight is at. You know what type of thing you can prepare yourself for.
Hey, Warren,
Terrence
you know what they're
fight.
gonna tell you. You know what they're gonna tell you, right?
What are you gonna tell me?
The guy Martinez, right? The one who just won this past weekend.
Yeah.
Who that's who supposedly Bud been sparring with. That's who's getting Bud ready for Canelo. You understand? So I think I'm picking Canelo to win the fight, but at the same time, I do think that Bud has an opportunity in that fight because he's been sparring with this young, and that man fight at 68. You know what I'm saying? He been sparring with him. He looked great as far as the fight go. I don't know if you. Well, I think you. So,
Even then though, bro, like the thing is the difference between sparring and then actually fighting
totally
is
different.
is a whole different. Like you have 16-ounce gloves on in sparring with the headgear.
They
You
got
have
10 out
8-ounce
there.
gloves on. I don't
No,
even know what weight.
they
You got
got
like
10. They got 10 at 68.
yeah, you got the 10-ounce gloves on at 68 with no headgear. You know what I'm saying? And then you on top of that, you have a guy that he's not as tall as you, but he's twice the size of you. He's not a small guy. He's short and stocky in a weird way. But okay, like you're not gonna think that you're gonna do what you did to Bud. I mean to Spence the same way you think you're gonna do to Canelo. Like it's not. It's not the way you know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. It's really not so much of the same thing. Again, and even then, when he fought Spence, they let him get acclimated to the weight. They took too long to make that fight. And it's just like, I'm sorry. They
Mm-hmm.
took way too long to make that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Way too long.
But
the
don't you
thing
feel
is,
like this though? Don't you feel like this? The weight. I mean, I don't know. I don't. I just don't want to see him go up there in the super middleweight. I think that's doing too much for me.
see,
But
my thing is, I know he's sparring with Martinez. The problem is, Bud is helping out Martinez far as skill level. Martinez is not helping Bud out because Martinez, outside of just the weight, Martinez brings nothing to the table for Bud to get ready for a Canelo fight. So I would feel good if Martinez actually was a high level fighter and he brought something to the table to get Bud ready for a Canelo fight. Right now, it's just the come forward and the weight. That's the only thing that he
yeah,
actually brings to the
And even
table.
and even then, like the come forward, you guys, there's so much of an aspect of Canelo's come forward. Like he has that head movement. He knows how to be defensively responsible. Lester Martinez, he's just coming forward straight as a train. Like he's not trying to stop for no reason. Canelo knows how to pick his shots. Canelo knows how to feint. He knows how to use the certain feints. He knows how to, expect certain feints. He's a smart fighter. He's not dumb. Like again, I'm not a Canelo fan, but he's not dumb though. He's not stupid in that ring. He has a very good IQ. Again, not the best IQ of all time, but he has an IQ. It's not like Crawford's gonna go in there with a Lester Martinez type of fighter. It's not that. That's a whole different skill level from Lester Martinez and Canelo. That's two different skill levels right there. So even like Guy Free said, yeah, the size and the coming forward, that's great. But what you're gonna do when he starts throwing feints at you, and you start throwing feints at him, and he shoots a shot or something like that, and he catches you by accident, and you ain't see the shot. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, that's why I would rather him just take a fight. Take a fight, even for you just to take a fight at 68. Just know how the power feel. It can't be. It don't need to be the same power, but at least to know how you are gonna react to a 68 punching power. Because that 68 to 54, that's two. That's what 14 different weights. I mean, not 14 different pounds. Like 14 pounds difference or something like that. So it's not like if you're gonna sit there and be like, "Yo, yeah, I can take this punch." Yeah, you could take this punch in sparring. It's not sparring, bro. You're fighting for real this time.
yeah. But didn't Terrence fight with the big gloves, the 10-ounce gloves? Because at junior middleweight, aren't those gloves 10-ounce gloves? You're not in eights no more.
Yeah, but the thing is, too, you got to remember that's two different sized people. Like Marder or Arvo, however you say that man's name, is not the same size as Canelo. He's probably not walk. He probably walks around at like 170, 175. Canelo walks around at like 200 pounds.
205, 205.
Yeah, he gonna go in there that night of the fight. He gonna probably be at like 195. Like, he's
So
not
what you
going.
think Terrence
But
Crawford coming there?
and this is the thing now. Bud said he's been preparing for this already, and Bud said I think Bud stay closer to the weight he plans to fight at. Because it is what it is, but at the same time, I think Bud he'll probably rehydrate in that fight to 182, 183, something like that, maybe. And I
But does
think
he
it's
even walk around like that though?
yeah, he say he
I,
do. That's what he say. He say he
I,
walking
I
around
don't
at
think
186 right now. That's what Bud
I
says.
don't I don't think it's a smart thing to rehydrate all the way up to that. But again, if he rehydrates, he should rehydrate, 10
Accordingly.
pounds at the most, and
Yeah.
at least for him to be mobile enough. Because I know people are gonna be like, "Oh, well, he's not gonna move." He needs to move. He needs to use his legs.
But
Use the legs.
but he haven't been
Confuse them for a little bit.
but he hadn't been using his legs for his last what?
Yeah.
Against EJ, he didn't use his legs. Against
Honestly, against EJ, he really didn't need to. Honestly, to tell you the truth,
against
and I said it,
Madrimov, he didn't use his
The
legs.
last time I seen Bud use his legs was against Postal, where he was moving a lot
you
in
cut
that
off,
fight.
big dog.
But
No,
no,
I said the last
Bud,
time I seen Bud use his lateral movement a lot was against the Postal fight. Like he
Bud
moved a
been
lot in
sitting
that fight.
down on punches, bro. He been
Yeah,
sitting down on stuff. That's why he got
yeah.
Well,
that's why he
who
knocking
was the
stuff out like that.
who was the fight? No, it wasn't NFV's the guy that Boots fought. It was the fight
Lipinets,
before it.
Sergey Lipinets.
No. The
Green
guy that
Machine?
Bud and Boots fought. They fought
You
the
talking
same
about
guy.
David
Oh,
Avenese?
Avenese.
Who was the
sneezing.
fight? So yeah, who was the fight before that for Bud?
That was
Lipinets.
Sean Porter.
Nah, it wasn't lipping
Yeah,
that.
it
Sean
was Sean
Porter.
Porter. He used
Sean
his
Porter,
legs
you're
there a
right. You're
little
right.
bit too. He used his legs there, and he used his legs as well.
But I feel
Just
like he
don't.
didn't use his legs as much as in the Sean Porter fight that he did in the Victor Porter fight. Like he was really moving in that fight. If you
But
go
but
back
he's
and watch it.
but he sat in the pocket to stop to put Porter down. He sat in the
Yeah, but
pocket
in the
right
beginning
there.
of the
Yeah,
fight, he was in the beginning of the fight. He wasn't sitting in the pocket though.
Agree. I agree.
yeah,
I
he
see where you're
wasn't.
coming
He
from.
wasn't. Yeah, I agree.
Sean
Yeah,
Porter,
I
Sean
got you.
Porter rushing in like a linebacker,
Yeah, man, he was.
running back in that motherfucker. Shout
Yeah,
out
he
to Sean
was, bro.
Porter.
I like Sean.
And the reason why he sat there with Victor Posto was because he wanted to confuse. They're not sit there, but he moved as
He
much
moved.
with Victor Posto is because Victor Posto doesn't know how to. No, he does. He does know how to, but
Not
his
against Terrence.
his lateral move, yeah, his lateral movement is not as quick as Terrence's. That was the reason why he was using that. Which again, if you're gonna use it to your advantage. But again, like I said, he should use his lateral movement against Canelo. That's the best way I think he beats him.
Yeah, that's the only way he can beat him. I mean, I feel like he need. I don't feel like he need to sit in front of Canelo too long, man. He need to do what he need to do and get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know, man. Again, at the end of the day, it's a welterweight against a super middleweight, bro. Terrence can pack on all the weight that he want. He's not that big of a guy, but neither is Canelo. But Canelo more broad than he is, like, and he's been fighting at a higher weight way longer, so he knows what it's like to get hit by like heavyweight, a super middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Terrence don't even know what it feel like to get hit by a middleweight. So, and my only biggest concern for real is that the layoff that Terrence is going to be on, while Canelo gets to go in there and fight an undisputed fight against William Skull. That's my only problem. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Terrence can't go in there and beat him. Like when we had Bernie the Boxer up here, you know what I'm saying? He was saying the stuff that made sense and stuff that I didn't agree with. But at the end of the day, Terrence is sitting and Canelo is active. And then he
Hey
gonna
man,
No,
bounce back in what 4-5 months, come back.
but the thing is, we've always seen, and this is the problem I have with the whole. And I agree with you. One of the things I hate in boxing, long layoffs. I think long layoffs that really
Worst
could be a
thing you can do.
detriment to your career. With Canelo, we see Canelo, the man. We know he's gonna fight Mexican Independence Day and Cinco de Mayo. He's gonna fight 2 times a year at least, maybe more than that. Bud been fighting he's been fighting once a year. You know what I'm saying? He's been doing it. So I think it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But just because he has the experience of fighting once a year, he understands. And even even in those fights, they always say
Marky's backstage.
Bud is download information.
Data.
Some of it is getting that ring rush, that ring rush
Yeah.
out in those first 3 or 4 rounds. I don't know if he can do it against Canelo like that, but and like I said, I'm picking Canelo to win the fight. At the same time, I'm rooting for Bud, though. I'm rooting for Bud.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. But I know what you're doing, Doug. Me too. That's how I feel like it. I feel like Canelo can going to win, but I wouldn't bet against Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like he's a little. I don't like the layoff. That's my only problem. If I was in front of him and he'd be like, "Well, why you don't think I can beat him?" I was like, I wouldn't think that you couldn't beat him. I just don't like that you laying off, training while he going to get a fight off, and then 4 months later, because he fight in May and September, he come right back. He ready to go while you been sitting, homie. You know what I mean? And he'll explain to me, and he'll probably convince me on why he can win. But that's a lot of weight to be packing, and we don't know how he gonna look. But it's not like he can't win, but I just think that he's reaching on this one, man. I think he should have, if he wanted to do something, probably just go undisputed at 60. Probably with a fight with a Jenna. He probably could have did some things, but I get the money cash out though.
Let me ask this, Prize, and then I know Marky, we got to get Marky, but I just want to ask, when Canelo went up to and he only went up 1 weight class to fight Bivol, right? He's
And Kovalev,
and Kovalev, the Crushers. Shout out to the Crushers. But he's there to be great, right? But
Yeah.
now that it's Bud, why are we saying that Bud is daring to be great? Because that's exactly and first off, I think Bud is already I think he's a great talent. Possibly at this current moment in time, one of the most, if not the most accomplished fighter between him and Usyk, in my personal opinion. As far as fighters go today, and now this man is going up to fight, quote unquote, the face of boxing at a weight class that's too higher than his last fight. He only fought one time at he only fought one time at 54. But
Yeah.
So this is what 47 to 68. This is between 19 to a 19-pound move up. How is this not daring to be great?
This is insane, though. It's at
Well,
a point.
it's actually a 21-pound weight move up from 47 to 68.
Hey, my math is horrible. Free.
Nah, it's all good, but it's all
Go ahead,
good.
Bright side, if you want to answer to that question, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, it's not daring to be great because the man said it out his own mouth. It's on video, him saying that he would never move up to fight Canelo because the weight don't make sense. And then you have people talking about this is going to be his last fight. So, yeah, in my mind and a lot of people's mind, this could potentially be a cash out. Now, when Bud Crawford step in that ring, I have no doubt he's coming to win that fight. But make no mistake, this is a cash out fight.
I mean,
I don't think Bud.
You guys got to remember also though, he just came out and said, I want to say 2 days ago now. He said if he wins, and don't quote me on this. He said if he wins, he's going back down to 54 and he's going to fight whoever, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't believe it either.
But can't you be daring to be great and cash out?
Yeah,
you definitely can. Yeah, you can.
You definitely
you could. You could. Listen,
a brilliant point. A brilliant point.
And nobody's saying that he can't beat him. Nobody's saying.
Well, he alluded that it would be. Well, anyway, go ahead.
You got to keep it consistent across the board because when Canelo did it, when he went up to fight Kovalev and he came back down, nobody said he wasn't daring to be great. So if Bud does it and he comes back down to fight at 54, you got to keep it consistent. You got to say he was daring to be great, especially if he wins.
But I keep it consistent with Canelo. Like when he moved up to fight Kovalev, I call that shit out. Like that was excuse me for cursing. I apologize. I call that fight out. Like to me, that was some BS. Like Kovalev had just fought he had just been in a war with Yard like 10 weeks before that, and then Canelo put a rehydration clause on his man. So by the time he got in the ring, he was a walking corpse.
Yeah.
And then on top of the fact, Canelo was losing that fight. Now, credit to him, he got his man in the end, but it was too much foolery going on.
Yeah, that was a whack fight. That was a whack fight.
The only thing,
one more point for you. Nobody, people were cooking. Well, at least I feel like people in our spectrum was cooking Canelo for that Bivol fight because we wanted to see Benavidez, and a lot of people said it was a cherry pick. Now we knew Bivol wasn't no cherry pick, but still. That a lot of people did not characterize that move as daring to be great.
Again, no, I'm not talking about the Bivol fight. It was more so the Kovalev fight. The Bivol fight, everybody looked at that as a cherry pick.
Yeah,
I just don't think.
I did.
I just don't think that it's smart just not to go in there. To go in there with no fight, at least beforehand. Like, at least go in there. That's the only thing I'm saying.
You think Canelo gonna let him get a fight?
I mean, to tell you the truth, right? So they signed in September, right? And let's say once he's fighting next month. So if he fights, let's say April or something, and not even like June or June. Let's say
he didn't give Jermell a tune-up, and he wasn't. And when they sent Jermall that offer, Jermall had been out for a while. He was on the beach, enjoying his life. So
I mean, but the thing is, Mel took Canelo.
This is Canelo's modus operandi. Go ahead.
But Mel took the fight no matter what, because Mel said it. He was like, "Look, listen, I'm not going," because that's what was it? He said he was walk around the way or something like that. That was what he was supposedly walking around that. So at that point, like, you got to take the man for his word. I don't know about them not letting him take a tuna fight. I'm not entirely sure about that because I ain't hear nothing like that. But again, if that was the case, then that was the case. But again, he should take a tuna fight. Again,
No,
that's all I'm saying.
but the thing is, they're fighting in September. It's March. He's not taking no fight in April. That means he only has 1 month to get ready for the fight. He ain't taking no fight in April because now you really could very well spoil the apple cart by taking a fight on a 1 month notice. You putting yourself as an underdog by taking a fight on a 1 month notice. So no, he's not gonna get no. So now
You don't think he could fight Brock Jarvis at 165?
Hold up,
At a catch
hold
weight?
up,
Oh, go ahead.
hold up, Mark. He could have did it when they made the deal. He could have took a tune-up fight, but it's too late now because
How about June?
because it's going to be too close to September.
All
Yeah,
right.
like if you get a cut
I
or
mean,
something happen,
but look,
yeah.
remember when we was talking about how we was talking about like, yo, like he just might as well just take a fight. Give him a fight with a bum zone like that. Just something, just so he can not be ringless. Like no ringless in it. I mean, again, Bernie was up here. He'll be like, yo, he ain't got no ringless. He ain't got nothing. We just gonna go in there and do our thing. Again, I'm not doing that. But again, just so he can get acclimated. That's all I'm asking. Get acclimated to the weight so we can know what you're gonna look like at 68 the second time, not the first time, the second time.
Absolutely incredible. I will say, as far as and there are certain fighters, and I think Bud is so special because he understands how not being in the gym on a regular basis, how not to be really ring rust like that. I would agree that the man probably should have an acclimation fight, especially when you're moving up multiple divisions. Absolutely. This is why this is daring to be great. Now, if y'all are saying that, and like Free said, it may be a cash out fight, but for it to be a cash out fight, you moving up, you already being one of the most decorated fighters in the sport of boxing at this current moment in time, a pound for pound fighter. All I'm saying is I don't know how we criticize it. We can't criticize. I don't think this is before Bivol beat and shout out Uncle Shelton. Uncle Shelton told me this. He said that Bivol was going to beat Canelo, but before that, right? Yeah, like y'all said, we thought that, man, here we go with a cherry pick. You know what I'm saying? And what happened? It was a cherry pick going wrong. In this situation, we know this ain't no cherry pick. So I think we got to give that brother credit, man. We got to give him credit.
Now we gotta give him credit. I mean, again, he's daring to be great. It's not if even if it's just all right. Let me get this last fight in, cash out. Generational wealth. Cool. That's a chess move for a million. You know what I'm saying? For you. But again, if you're gonna fight, and you just said this not even 2-3 days ago, if you're gonna fight again at 54, you know what I'm saying? Why not just acclimate yourself to the weight for a little bit?
I don't
It makes
know
no
if he's going to fight at 54 because there's word that he's dropping his belt. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
But he said that he wasn't dropping his belt. Though. He said he
be,
was keeping it though.
Bud out of order.
he
Bud
just
out
said
of order with that. He out of order with the 54 talk, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's out of order with that, but I
send
want
it to the notes.
I want to get ready to wrap this thing up here. Dub, you and Tommy got something going on, right?
What you mean?
On the
You got
show.
a stream after this, Dub?
You got his W going on tonight? I thought
No, I'll be live at my normal time tonight.
All right.
11:30, 11:45.
Yeah.
What you got?
One point before we make out how Bud.
What?
Well, actually get the info out first before I make my point.
Hey, yo, what's going on
Did
in
he
here?
say before we make out?
No, I said get
you out
the
of order.
info out before I make my point. That's what I
I
said.
said no, did he?
Yeah, we're BVR when we need them. But yeah, go ahead. Get the info out about your show. What time?
We'll be live tonight, 11:30, 11:40, somewhere in that time frame, depending on how things go. You know what I'm saying? But we'll be live tonight. We covering is the PBC back, man? It seems like the fights that the PBC is making, we're gonna be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Teofimo Lopez defending Tank Davis. We're going to be talking about Bud and Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And we also got to talk about some of these other fights that's been ordered. The Xander Zayas versus Fundora. We're going to be talking about all of it. So,
that's good.
Man, hey, y'all pull up, man. Y'all pull up and show love.
For sure.
Hey, yo.
No did it. I said no did it. I say no did it. No did it.
And now BVO out of order.
And brother Tommy, TD Sports is going live. He's doing some baseball things.
Did it?
Type in the chat.
Okay,
real quick.
TD.
Hey TD, hey, real quick. Hey, I'm a Braves fan all day, every day, so I'll pull up and talk some baseball with you. I ain't got no problem with it.
Real quick. Everybody.
Talk baseball and March ain't got no life. Respectfully, go ahead.
Viewers, please, like, subscribe, smash the like button, please,
Comment.
on everybody, the content, everybody's content, please. This is the Mighty Sports Talk Network. This was the first show of Just Ask Juan and Prize. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make up a better name for this because this is crazy. But
it's cool to me.
Real quick, shout out to Ben Israel in the building. That's my brother.
But shout out to Mark.
Ben, man.
Shout out to Marky Ben. Shout out to the Bright Side. Shout out to the Uncle, Crush the Legend. Shout out to Sheldon. He been in the comments since the beginning.
Shout out, brother Sheldon. Indeed.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out everybody. Shout out BVO. Please like, follow, and subscribe. Please.
That's a fact, Ben Israel. And like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, share the video. These are two good brothers. They bring a lot of great knowledge and a lot of great content to the people. Support them.
This is a sick Negro.
That's crazy.
Hold on. Now we sick Negroes for supporting the channel?
That's
this is
crazy.
Work. This is crazy work.
Yeah, I don't know what.
That's crazy.
You guys.
What time you going live? TD Sports. Put in the chat what time you going live. He's doing some bets. If y'all,
I think he said 10:30.
10:30. He said. Okay.
Yeah, I think he said 10:30.
Okay. Well, you can check TD Sports out.
He out of order. BVO, you out of order.
I bet, because you out of order.
Hit the right button for out of order. Hit that button. You out of order. There we go. He in the building.
Okay, so TD said he's talking about 11 o'clock, so you can check him out there talking some baseball. But
all right, guys.
Man, it's the first show. We gonna get better. We gonna improve, and we gonna keep moving this thing, man. So you know what it is, man. Y'all smash the like, comment, subscribe, and we gone.
Yes, sir.